Hello and welcome back everybody to another episode here from War Media Labels. This is our WarCast, if you don't already know. If you didn't, now you do. Now this is where we talk to all of our artists from the label. We got many artists on the label and we're going to do an interview with each of them. We already have some interviews out, with like BTB and Damian Adams and all these other people. If you haven't seen those yet, you're going to want to make sure you go back and check them out because you need to learn about who these artists are as people. Now, who do we have on today for the interview? Today we have a very special guest from the label. We have S.A.J. Now, this interview is very awesome. In my opinion, it's very personal. We talk about some deep things. We talk about, emotions, the power of music, how it can influence different people in different ways. And if that's something you're interested in, you're going to want to go ahead, hit the like, hit the subscribe so you don't miss anything in the future. So without further delay, let's get into this killer interview with my man S.A.J. What is poppin', everybody? You already know what the fuck is going on here. You're here because we got another one of the signed artists to War Media here on the WarCast. What do we do on the WarCast? We interview all the artists we have. We get to know their little story, why they're making music, what they're doing, and all that type of thing. So now we have our good friend here, S.A.J. S.A.J., tell the people how you're feeling, what's going on in your world right now.
I won't lie, pretty fucked up. Been partying since about fucking, 8, 9 o'clock, but we move. We're feeling pretty good, man.
Word, I feel you. And before we did this little interview, I seen you on the IG Live. So what do you do on your IG Lives? Were you just vibing? You're doing little song covers, or you're doing your music, or what's good?
All sorts, really, man. We kind of it depends on certain people join. If Saint T joins in, we'll bust a little freestyle out, or we'll just do covers of songs. We'll just chat, just put music on in the background, talk about life, man.
Word.
I like to get to know the people who listen to my music. Get them to see how they're feeling.
Right. So now, for the people who don't know you, I mean, I honestly don't even know you that well. Obviously, we're cool, we're chill, we're whatever. We're all part of the same label, So tell the people, what type of music do you make, and what got you started doing it?
Okay, yeah. So I guess I start with what got me into starting music. So I've always loved music. Been one of those things where even in primary school, I used to slap Linkin Park on when I got home from school, and I just used to fucking. I ain't got hair now, but trust me, I used to have hair back then. I used to fucking head bob like the fuck, But yeah, it's I've always been into music, When I entered secondary school, I did have a bit of a rough time adjusting to a bigger school, I just kind of did put my feelings into words. I've always been better with words and numbers, so right. I've always just tried to pursue that a bit more. But yeah, it kind of started with that, but I was too scared, put anything out. But it was probably about once COVID hit, I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's just release a song. I just progressed from there, really. But it's that sad sound, if you wanna, you're feeling that, really certain pain, it's I make the music for the pain, I make the music to cry too, as people said.
Yeah, I feel you. And it's like you say, for a while you were afraid to show that side of you because it's that sadder side or whatever. But I can guarantee you, there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way, right? And there's a lot of people, probably more than the majority who don't speak about these things and who probably should. And when someone like you comes along and they make the music about it and they can express themselves naturally, and they can align with you, right? And then it makes them feel a little better, and it's better for everybody, right? I mean, even someone like Lil Peep, he rapped about his problems and all this and that, and it ended up killing him really in the end. But in reality, he ended up helping so many people. It's worth it. Not that I should say anyone's death is worth it, but him doing the music and showing that bad side ended up helping a lot of people.
I won't lie, Lil Peep has had his It's not just Lil Peep, you know, like a collective like that sad boy, like, you know, kind of, you know, vibe, you know, Juice World, you know, sad boy prolific. Um, fuck, I forgot his name, but he's in my head. You know, like, you know, they've all had like, you know, their lyrics has had like an influence on me to like feel music in a different way. And like, you know, I've had people message me like on Snapchat and Instagram saying stuff like, you know, I well, for instance, there's this one girl, I was in school with her, in secondary school, and she said, when I released World So Awful, she said she started crying. And I was like, I
Damn.
didn't know how to feel. I was like, oh, you know, I was like, I didn't know if I should feel bad, like good, but like, you know, she said she related to it. And like that made me feel like warm, you know? It
Right,
made me
right.
feel like that feeling of, you know, like maybe I am making something like as sad as it sounds, you know, like
Yeah.
it is sad music, but like as sad as it sounds, you know, somebody is relating, and that's all that matters. Like I don't care, like I don't care what the fuck people think about my music. Like as long as one person, like who listens to that song, actually feels and like gets, you know, they feel a bit better from listening to it. Like that makes me like happy, you know.
Right, for sure.
The only things, you know.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I mean, that's what music is a powerful thing. Like, it's almost more powerful than, using your words, because when you put something into music, it encompasses so much more emotions, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
you can have a song with no words make somebody cry, like it's crazy. And then
Like
yeah, go ahead.
and it's like I've been working with this producer, V Beats. Um, you know, he makes like some really like proper emo rap, you know, like some sad beats. And like before I even write to the track, you know, I'm like I listen to the beat and like, you know, it brings me to tears sometimes. I'm just like, fuck, you know, I can write
Right.
something sad to this, you know, like I can put my experiences into this beat, you know, and like, you know, you see those memes on like Facebook, and it's like some producer putting his fucking all his emotions into one beat, and some like SoundCloud rapper fucking it up, you know. You know,
Right.
I hear that one beat, you know, it's like I hear the emotion. It's just like fuck, I gotta put my best into that, you know.
Yeah, for sure. So
Don't know if it sounds cringy, but like, you know,
no, it's totally true.
yeah.
I mean, we're both in the same world, right? I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about for sure. I mean, so when you go to make a song, right? What do you like make a plan to make a certain amount of songs, or do you wait for yourself to be in a certain, like emotional state to do these things, or do you bring up things from the past when you say I'm ready to put this down now, or how does that work?
Um, so it's a little bit of both, I'd say.
Right.
You know, I try to keep writing consistently because, you know, it's a fact. The more you write, the better you are gonna get. Like there's no other way around it. You can't go under it. You can't go over it. You can't go around it. You gotta go fucking through it. Like, you know.
Right.
Don't know if I can swear on WarCast, but I apologize.
We do whatever the fuck we want here. Saint T, you got a problem with
That's
it? Come to the United
fucking
States,
right.
knock down my fucking door. You'll meet these two gats. No, I'm just
Yeah,
playing.
that's
Saint T,
the
I
way.
love you. So
Yeah, Saint T. Oh, Saint T. I love you, man.
Saint T, we
But
got
yeah,
the real Saint T. We know there's plenty of fakes out there.
shit, I apologize. I forgot the question.
No, to be honest with you, I don't even know where I was going with it, but that doesn't matter. We're gonna keep going here. So
Oh, I remember.
yeah, let's
Um,
hear it.
yeah, so it's like, you know, I try to write consistently because, you know, I'm always trying to like improve. Like, you know, it's like I find myself when I first started out, I was like more freestyle. Like I found myself just putting a beat on, getting blazed out of my brain, getting fucking hammered to the point where I was like nearly paralytic, or just, you know, just taking prescriptions and shit just to get like, you know, to the level where I wasn't anxious, you know, just to get
Right.
the words out. It's like sometimes I do have trouble just getting the words out, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but like, you know, it's like I used to wait till those moments to like record, you know, so I get all the, you know, because like you could write a really nice verse, and like it, you know, it every word means something, like every fucking bar means something to you. But like when you record it, if you're not in that mind space, you know, it doesn't come out
Right.
like the right way. Like, you know, I previously released a track on More Media called Shaken. That like it songs about some girl I met at a house party. She was 23, but you know, she was fucking with me until the next
Hey,
morning.
I'm 23. Send her my way, huh?
Yo, if you want some British pussy, man, let me know.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. We got plenty of American sluts out here too, believe me.
Yo, link me up. But no, like you know, it's like with the song Shaking, it was like I was going through a very bad stage of like alcoholism. Like, my mother, she struggles with that a lot. So it's all I've really known from a young age. And of course, like not wanting to be a drinker, like I turned to drugs, and sleeping pills was my number one for like to start out with the prescriptions. It's progressed on from there, and like
right.
it turns into cocaine and shit like that, afterwards, but yeah, that song was like, I had to wait until I was like feeling those feelings again, like your heart's aching, you get the emotion out, and people can actually hear what you feel in each word.
Right.
Like, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense.
No, I'm totally with you. And sometimes, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I've found sometimes you put your whole being, right? You put, like you say, every word, every sentence has a meaning, and you put your whole self into it. And I found sometimes, you put it out there, and sometimes the listeners aren't ready to listen either, and they don't really break it down or think about it. So it's almost pointless, where you feel like it's pointless because they're not picking up how deep things are.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys I was in school with, I've known them since year 7, since I was 11 till 16, and like all the way up to now. Like, I'm 20 years old now. So if you can hear background noise, my cat is climbing through a window. She's like destroying the blinds right now.
Damn.
Paris. Sorry, distractions. These animals, they get me like distracted. Fuck, was I saying? Yeah. So I've known these boys since I was 11 till 20. I've known them for like nearly over 10 years now. But they say to me, like, it's like, oh yeah, the lyrics are good, man. It's a good song. It flows really nice. But like, that's like, they've just listened.
Right.
I've got the other handful of people who are like, fuck, I cried listening to this song. Like, I felt what like you were trying to get across. And like, it is hard to like try and get that,
right
in front of the right audience who actually feel like, they listen to it, other than the people who just be like, oh yeah, I'll give them 30 seconds for the stream and I'll click off,
Right,
but
right.
I get what you mean. Like, you put all your emotion into like one song, and like you really wanted to do really good, but like it doesn't hit with them, because it's like, they may think it's creepy, freaky, some fucking, oh, he's rapping about some girl he loved. Oh, that's fucking creepy,
Right.
But like, that's emotion, that's feelings.
Right. Now, have you ever had like a real negative reaction to your music? Has everyone ever like said something to you really mean or like really pissed you off? Like, give me an example of that. Because I mean, if like I said before on the other WarCast, I said, if you're not failing, you're not trying, right? So give us an example of something that someone said to you that was real negative.
I'm gonna have to say it, but I'm gonna shoot the diss on my old man, my father.
Really?
He just said, like, why are you talking about all this, like, suicide, self-harm, drugs, and like only like recently, since I like, recently I've moved out to like a mental health place, only now recently started to understand like what I'm going through. But like towards the start of things, like when I started like releasing music, it was more like, I was just like rhyming, just trying to get like a vibe, just finding beats on YouTube. But like, as it progressed, like, some people like, they start releasing music, they go into grime, they go into drill, they go into hip hop, I chose to go into that sad, really fucking sad category. Like, I know people, like, not a lot of people are gonna fuck with it, but like, I went into it on purpose because it's how I feel. Like, I'd rather talk about something what's real, and he was saying to me like, it's terrible, you're talking about hanging yourself, killing yourself, things like that, it's never gonna blow up, you'll never get radio time with this, you're just wasting your time. And I was like, so what? If I'm wasting my time, at least I'm wasting my time doing something I enjoy.
I
You
totally
know?
agree, and I can relate with you. I mean, I never personally like have talked about my personal life on WarCast or anything, but I'm going to tell you, my father, he's a rock and roll guy. He's in a rock band. He has been since he was younger than I am now, and
Yeah,
he says to me things like, why don't you push positivity? Like because he listens to my music and he hears how hard hitting it is and dark, but in reality, it's actually quite nice. Like if you are someone who understands what I'm talking about, it's actually quite nice. He just doesn't understand, right? So that's what I say this because we're all, on different walks of life, and we all get places from our past experiences, and nobody can understand any situation you're in unless you're that person, right? And I mean, you talk about the life you had, I can talk about the life I had, but I can tell you for a fact, every path we've all been on has directed all of us to war media. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
destiny. Yeah.
as a group, once we realize, how our paths are crossing and how we can utilize each path, we'll be unstoppable.
Literally, like I genuinely think like, people say like, like there's God, there's the universe, there's, I don't care, like I generally don't care what you believe in, like, like it's like I generally think there's something, just there's destiny, and that is the almighty thing is destiny, like I'm not gonna lie, like I was not expecting, more media to hit, like just message me randomly and be like, hey bro, you want to join more media? I
Right.
was just like, I was close to giving up, like with the music, I was like, people aren't, streaming my music. They're not understanding it, they're not actually feeling the way I feel. And then I had this opportunity to like take it, even if it's not a massive leap, it's that extra step forward,
Right.
it's a
Right.
step forward to get to that next leap,
Yeah, for sure.
and like I'm not gonna lie, like signing to All Media, it introduced me to you. I've known Brad, Ollie, Saint T, things like that, from my previous label and things like that. But like it has just helped me connect with so many more people. Like, it's like I've learned so many things, and like, the promotional side, like even just making like the fundamentals of making music, I've even learned if you hum in the background, like every time you say a word, like it adds like to the
Right.
track,
Right. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like layer in your tracks, like left pan, right pan, center pan, I sometimes, on shaking, like I did go a bit extreme. The center, left, right. So, it was a very like ambient noise for that
Right.
track. But like, it's, if I wasn't like, shown like how to do that, I feel like it just generally still be like single layer tracks,
Right.
like, it's not even SoundCloud ready, like
Yeah. I
I feel
feel
like I
you.
progressed so much just from like being in group chats of like you guys, like today now, like I've learned so much from you today, like, like listening to just your music, like myself,
Right.
like it's like, it's just the way you like the way you construct your flow, like the puns, the words, like it all adds into one big thing,
Right. And that's
like
something I don't know if you heard me before, but I cook. That's what I do for a living. I'm a cook, right? And
yeah,
I'm always drawing metaphors because I have two worlds, right? My cooking world and my music world. That's it. I have nothing else
yeah,
that influences me, right? So I always talk about, I think I talked about with Dame Adams. I was like, when you're making the track, it's like a recipe, right? And you get a little bit of this
yeah,
and a little bit of that, and you mix it all together, and then you have the end product, and it's fucking delicious, and sometimes you have the wrong ingredients, but you can make something else. And sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you just don't know what you're going to be making, but you know what you have, and you know how to
yeah,
use them. And that's what's important. Now
yeah.
let's talk about, you mentioned the promotional side of things a little bit. What, what do you feel you need to do in order to bring your promotional aspect to the next level?
It's, I generally think it's all about the amount of effort you put into it. Like you can't just expect to put a song out and expect it to blow up. Like, like you can't just put
Right.
music out. Like think about how many people are uploading one song to Spotify a day,
Thousands, probably tens of thousands.
tens of thousands, genuine. And like how many of those are actually uploading it to an editorial playlist through through Spotify? Those dudes have got a lot of songs to go through,
Right.
it's a big thing. So like it is generally one of those things, like you gotta really fucking put your work into it, because it's not gonna happen otherwise. Like, people say, you can have great music and you can blow up. There's 2 points, but you need to have that third point for.
I mean, look at the people. Look at all the rappers that are terrible that blow up.
Yeah, like
I mean,
like how do songs blow up these days? TikTok, Like if it wasn't for TikTok, like I'm not gonna lie, like half the American rappers would be fucking irrelevant right now.
it's true. It's
Like,
true.
if they didn't like people didn't make dances to their songs, like I wouldn't have heard of like most of the fucking rappers from America,
It's totally
You know?
true. And I feel like to a degree, that's kind of hurt, in my opinion, it's kind of hurt the culture a little bit too, because, especially in America, because Americans, we have some OG rappers, like we really got that shit going. And like, it's a shame to see, good rappers fall on deaf ears because they don't align with the new way of things.
Like I was on Instagram earlier. Like I pretty much been live like from fucking 9, 10 o'clock till now. It's like what? It's fucking 3:30 in the morning. Like like
Right.
we're putting the grind in. But like I seen this thing up and it was like is Dax. Everyone knows Dax, but Dax doesn't get the views he should in a way. Like like his wordplay, his flow is just all together, like as a fucking collective,
Right.
he's a really, really fucking good rapper, but he's not on that Travis Scott level, or he's not on Kodak Black. Like I'm not gonna lie, I don't listen to Kodak Black. I don't fuck with him. It's like yeah, he's murmuring all the fucking time. But like the
It's
people
true.
like that who are like putting in fucking hours and like trying to get that thing, you're trying to get that blow up, in America. Like, of course he's famous, but like he's not getting as many streams as Kodak,
Right.
And like I feel like it translates to the UK scene, In the UK, it's all about, I'm a fucking chef him, like I'm a stab him up, It's all
Right.
grind, drill, like if you come from like this sad background, you like I'm not gonna lie, I've had a fucking very sad life. Like I have not had much excitement. If I can get my words out properly. Like so, like the music I create and like I write, I record, I put my effort into, like I probably make like 5 tracks like a fucking month, and like I bid on all of them because like I just don't feel like it's that capture in like the emotion, like. So like it's I don't know. I feel like I've gone off a little bit off topic, but like you kind of get my drift. Like the UK scene is all about it's like for instance, like I'll name like 5 people: Slow Tie, Dig Dat, fucking Digga D, fucking Low Ski, fucking Unknown P.
Right.
It's like it's all that like UK sound. It's all fast paced, I'm gonna fucking sell some drugs, drill you up,
Yeah.
Like there's a very like niche fucking, there's a very small group of people who are like, like don't get me wrong, like they make real music, but like they're trapping daily, they're rapping about their life, but like, it's like I'm talking about what I feel inside, in the heart.
And
like,
really that's more important,
It is, but like, people don't want to hear that, It's like you gotta like really, really fucking promote it to like even get one person from an Instagram ad to click on it. Because like, with my song Shaking, it's like, I saw you at a party last night, girl. Just from that little bit, people like they'll think, oh, you saw this girl at a house party and now he's in love with her. I'm not gonna fuck with this dude. He seems a bit creepy,
Right.
But like, dig a D, jump out, put that man in the coffin, People like, hype music, it's like,
right.
It could just be like a genre thing, but I don't know. It's like,
you
got to put a lot of work into your promotion if you want to get heard. Like you can't just expect to put music out and expect to be heard.
Right.
Like,
Now
you got to work for your fucking place in this world, man.
It's true. And going back, talking about Kodak Black, not him specifically, but people like him. you know, it's the team he has around him that's really doing the heavy lifting. And so let me ask you this. What do you think about 6ix9ine?
6ix9ine. I'm not gonna lie. He made like what the song was like gobble 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 or some shit. Like
Goop? Are you
I
talking
don't
about
listen to
Gooba?
6ix9ine. Like I don't fuck with 6ix9ine at all.
Right.
Like I like his hair just because I don't have any. But like you get my drift. I wish I had some
Right.
like glorious golden locks. But like it's like. I feel like he got famous from tattooing 6ix9ine all over his arm and going gobble gobble. It's like
Right.
like don't get me wrong. Like I've listened to some of his songs. He's got he's got some good buzz. He does good. Well, in Mexico or some shit, he paid for like after the disaster happened.
Yeah.
He like
Yeah.
helped to get everything sorted. Like he's a good guy. But like, well, I gotta say to the streets, one, he's a rat, so can't fuck with him for that. But like, two, but like it's like the music. It's just like I listen to some shit from America, and it's just like, how the fuck does this get 2 million streams when
Right.
like I'm not tooting my own horn. Like I don't like to like praise my own music to like the amount where it's like I'm saying like my own music is like amazing. Like my music's good, great to that. Like it portrays my emotions. That's all I want it to be.
I mean, I think if you really believe that your music is the best, or you really feel like it really is good, I have nothing wrong, with you saying that it is good and it is the best. You should be that way. You should, because that's another thing too. Like people like to hold on to certain personas, right? And if you can say this is the best thing I've ever done and this is why, then it is, like, and people should be able to hear it and align with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
like,
going to the why I asked you about the 6ix9ine thing is because we were talking about the team these people have, and that's why they get these streams.
Like,
so
he's got such a good promotional team around him. Like you can just announce something on Instagram, and like he's got a fucking team of marketers working to push his music out to every single person. Like take Swaggo for instance. Like be fair, like you've been scrolling through Instagram, how many times have you seen Loser by Swaggo like just pop up, even if it's got 7 likes, like how many times a day are you seeing that? It's like there's people in place to like do that shit, but like I feel like when you're at that more I wouldn't say like, well, maybe underground level, it's like under 1,000 streams on Spotify. That's the best way to categorize it. It takes a lot of money to get a team of people. Like like my brother's offered to be my fucking manager, like, and save me money just by being my manager to get me gigs and shit like that. I've had my cousin take like a course to like well, she did it on her own record, like, but like to do social media marketing and stuff. But she's offered to like put things into place, to like help me get out. Like it is all to do with marketing at this point. Like if you make something catchy, market it well, like you've got VVS's on your neck within a month. Like
it's true. And something I say, I'm going to give you one of my little secrets. All right, you ready for this? And so
listening.
talking about, I don't give away secrets often too. So here we go. These people, I say this all the time. These people who are doing all the legwork, they are just people. They're like me and you. They started out somewhere. So here's the thing. If you can figure out who these people are, you can find them and you can contact them and they can work for you. You're no different than 6ix9ine was when they picked him up, and if you can get yourself across to them in a way that's professional and it looks like you could make them money, they will not hesitate to see if you make them money,
For all we know, like 6ix9ine could have generally just posted an Instagram picture one day, and like you get those messages promoted on blah 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 blah.
Yep.
He could have just chose the right dude, and he was like a genuine dude, like that. Like I follow a dude on Instagram called Greg Kenny, I think it is, or Greg Kinney or something like that. But like I've had a lot of people message, promoted on blah blah blah. Every single post I post, I get one of those, at least 2 of those messages, 1 or 2 of those messages. Like he is like the one dude who would be like, shit, I'm actually here to help you. get it to like, you know, the masses, you know, like,
Right.
you know, like I don't even care if like, you know, I pay £300 and it goes out to 1 million people, you know. I'd happily pay like, you know, fucking £250 for promotion and like, you know,
Right.
it goes to like 20 people, but like those 20 people be die hard, you know.
Oh yeah, for
Like they
sure.
be there, like they understand everything I'm saying, you know. And
Yeah.
I feel like it is just, I wouldn't say luck of the draw, but you know, it's one of those things where like they hit gold, you know. And it's
Right.
like, you know, this person is genuine, he's actually here to help you. And then, you know, it puts things in motion, you know. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when you signed to More Media, I was just like, shit, he's making music like kind of like me. I was like, fuck, I need to link up with this dude, but I was too anxious, like, you know, hey, hit you up. But like, you know, since
Right.
you joined the live today, you know, like we've already progressed to like doing this. So, you know, it's like, you know, it's all about just building contact in a way, you know.
Right.
I don't know if I'm like my train of thoughts all over the place right now, but like I'm trying my best.
No, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. You're totally on track. And
So,
I personally brought up the 6ix9ine thing because I know who the guy is. I know who does his business.
okay.
I've contacted him. I've sat down with him in the bar. I've bought him drinks and he's a great guy. He's actually from where I'm from. Not the same town, but he's like a town over or something.
Like same state.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember what I told you on your IG live about the game and all that. Him shared.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I got it to happen. I bought this guy a few drinks. That's all it takes, you know. Like,
Um,
so I mean,
I wish I was in America, man. Like in
you
the
know,
UK, it's
listen,
so hard. Being
listen.
from Wales, like there's nobody in Wales who
I
wants
can
to do
tell.
music.
Like, I'm not. I say this to you because you're on the label and you work with me, right? I consider you a coworker. I want you to do well just as much as I want myself to do well because we all do well together, and that's how we move the fastest. So if there's something like, if there's someone that you want to get a hold of, let me know. I can find them for you. You don't even have to be in the United States. Like Saint T one time asked me if I could contact who was it? KSI. You know who KSI is? I literally
Yeah,
text Saint T back.
everyone in Britain knows
Yeah, dude.
KSI.
I literally I text Saint T back and I said, here's his phone number, here's his email, here's his managers, here's their emails. And I don't have like some secret where I know somebody who knows him. No, I go on the internet and you can find it. You know, it's not like a big secret. Anyone can do it, you know, like
It's all about, yeah, it's like circling back to like the promotional thing. It's like it's all about the research, like the effort you put into it. Like, you know, like you must like I'm not like I won't cap, like you put a lot of effort into probably going to get like the phone number off KSI and like, you know, the email addresses and, you know, his managers and shit like that. Like you, that's not on the first page of Google, you know.
fuck no,
Like
it's
you
not.
gotta fucking work into that shit. You gotta put your time into it, you know. You gotta work to get where you want to be. And like if you're not working hard, like I'm not gonna like more recently it has been slow with the music. Like, you know, I've put like a lot of time into writing one song and then spending the next few months perfecting the song.
Right.
You know? Like I haven't been thinking of quantity, been thinking of quality, like, you know.
Right.
And like it all links back to the amount of effort you put into things, you know. Like you buy a car from the 90s, a Honda Civic, it's a shit box, you know. If you put time and effort into it, it's gonna be a fucking 10-second
Yeah,
car.
dude. I
You
love
look
Honda
after
Civics.
it's gonna last you the next 20 years.
Yeah,
know?
dude. I've owned 5 Honda Civics in my life. Literally 5.
I still can't drive, but I wish I had one. I really wish I had a Civic.
Right now, I drive, not to get off topic, but right now I drive a 1987 Lincoln Town Car. Thing is fucking sick.
I fucking Frank Ocean put on Swing Good, didn't he?
Yes,
Got a
dude.
pretty big trunk on my Lincoln car.
Dude, he's not capping. You can fit like 10 bodies in those trunks.
Can you fuck?
Yeah, dude.
But yo, I'm not gonna lie, Frank Ocean, you must have a lot of broken hearts, man. If you can fit fucking 10 of those motherfuckers in there, bro. I ain't seen one, but like I know American cars, they are wide. I used to do an apprenticeship in mechanics, but like, you know.
Right.
Like I understand American cars are long, you know.
Dude, this is the biggest car I've ever owned, and I've owned a lot of cars. Like I flip through cars like a crazy man. It's got like it literally weighs like 2 tons. This car is fucking massive. They call it in the United States. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but they call the Lincoln Town Car the land yacht.
Land yacht. Oh shit. Yo, I'll just give a little bit of portion. So like for the UK, like my first car was the Citroen C2.
Never heard of it.
780 kilo. So like, but like you just think of the difference between like American sized cars to like British sized cars. That's something I'm very passionate about as well. Cars, I fucking love cars. Like,
so if you could get any car you wanted today, what would you get?
Oh, fuck, it'd probably be a Civic.
Really?
Like, I'm actually not gonna lie. Like, it would be a sedan EF Civic.
Okay.
From like the 80s. I'd slam it. But it's tits on the floor, man. Wheels like this.
Yes,
so, like,
dude.
Like, it's something I'm, passionate about. I have that, something. I see a car with wheels like this. It's slammed on the floor. You can't go over speed bumps properly.
Right.
That like gives me that, fire. And like same with like music. It gives me that like. It's the one thing. Like, I've done a lot of jobs since I left school. Like secondary school, I left school at 16. Went into a call center straight away. Like. Yeah. Every single call, I was called a prick, I sort of fuck off, At 17 years old, that really mentally messes with you, I've always been in work. I never went to college, university. I was told in school I'd never go to university. Like, by my teachers, they said, don't even think about it. Just try and get a trade and just, have a trade. I was like classed as the middle, like working, like below middle class, the bottom class, from school.
Right.
So like, it's one of those things. It's like, I forgot where I was going with it. My head's a bit frazzled today.
Well, it is pretty early in the morning.
It is. It's fuck, what time is it now? 4:45. Man, yo, we're going for it, man.
Damn, it's almost midnight here. Almost.
Yo, late night grind. Anybody who's watching this, just remember, if you put in the hours, you're gonna get the rewards. Like, you can't expect to put 5 minutes into running a business and make £1 million. You gotta put every fucking day. Like, my brother, he owns a detailing business. Like, I own a couple of shares in it. I put my time and effort into it to help him. I never knew how to polish a car, but I took the time and learned to polish cars. Now I can, like, if you want your fucking Lincoln polished to this, I'll fucking do it. Like, I'm fucking really, really good at that shit. Like,
she definitely needs
it. I took my time to like write my lyrics to like music and like, to make sure like, even if they're not the best, they don't hit with puns, they're not snappy, they're not thing. At least I took the time, to write it, observe it and develop it into something more, you need to put the time into things to like make it something great,
Yeah, I mean, talking about time, how much longer do you think it's going to take you to, I mean, is it your goal to be famous? I mean, is it your goal to be that top tier? Like,
I wouldn't even care if I was famous. Like,
so
like my goal in life is to be able to support my family I have now. So, my mother, at the start of the first lockdown of COVID, in the UK, that was like, February, March time. My parents split up at that time, the first lockdown. So, like, my father's struggling, my mother's struggling. My mother's looking after me and my sister. She got a boyfriend now. Like, she's feeding a lot of people.
Right.
Like, as much as like me and my mother, we do have like very fucking toxic relationship. Like, all I feel inside is like, make enough money just to support her. Like, I don't care if I'm on red carpets. I don't care if I'm like driving an Aston Martin. Like, I'd be happy with like a shit box will cost 500 quid,
Right.
£500 Honda Civic. You can't go wrong with a $500 or £500 Honda Civic,
That's very true.
Like, I'm happy to drive like this shittiest cars, where like, this is from Primark. This ain't designer, like, I don't care. Like, I just want to be able to make sure like people I care for, like, they have like if they wanted to go to university in the UK costs a lot of fucking money. And like, if you want to get a student loan, you know, you're gonna have to pay that back one day. Like,
And plus interest.
Like, yeah, plus the interest, yeah, that fucking skyrockets it, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, they make it hard for you to, you know, do stuff you want. You know, all my goal is like just I guess like, I don't know, if I'm after all that kind of wealth to support people, you know, I am kind of guessing going after fame. But like, I don't know, it's like the thing I want to do is just stop people like who are close to me worry about bills, you know.
Right.
You know, like,
Now, do you
were gonna get evicted a couple months ago? Like, that's something deep to share, you know. Like,
right?
I don't want that to happen. You know, that's the stress for somebody else. You know, I'd rather take that stress for myself and, you know, pay it. You know,
I'm totally with you. Do you have? I know you have a lot of songs that you talk about what you're going through. If you don't have one yet, I think you should make a song about why you want to do the music, because that's a good message, right? Where you say you don't care about the fame, make a song about that. You know, like you just want to support the people around you. Make a song about it, because
I'm not gonna lie, tonight I've been like taking in like a lot of inspiration. Like, you know, I was on first of all, I was on live with Lil Deep. Me and him, we've just made a feature, probably coming out in February now. I've got a single coming out now towards the end of February, after I've just released this first single with Kill. Not say a single, a feature then with Kill. But like, yeah, it something like that will be coming. Like, a lot of my music does talk about, you know, the mental issues I deal with, because, you know, as much as people can say, oh, you know, you're just writing that stuff to try and get like trigger somebody to like feel an emotion, you know.
Right.
It's not that, you know. It's like, this is the shit I constantly think about every single day, you know. And it's like, it really fucking hurts to like try and put that into music, and then like the amount, like, I have quite a lot of anxiety, and like to put music out to the world, like, everyone from my school, like in my year group, they've probably all heard, like, you know, the songs I've talked about, you know, hanging myself, you know, giving up, you know, there's nowhere to go, you know. But like, you put that music out, and it kind of makes you feel empowered to like the fact where like people who you were friends with in school who feel like that still, like, they relate, and that's all. Like, it's hard to explain, like, unless you make like music or like you make content for somebody and they relate and they feel warm, they feel happy from it, you know, that makes you feel happy,
right?
And like, it's rare to feel happy for me, like, I won't lie, like, it is a rare occasion I feel happy,
right?
But like, you know, somebody says like, you know, oh, I really fuck with Shaking, you know, I really fuck with One Day, you know, warms your heart, you know. It's like, you know, that person got comfort, you know, in this really fucked up world, you know, somebody got comfort from something you wrote and you recorded, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sorry if it's a bit thing, I am on the vodka tonight, but
no, I feel you. Like we said earlier, you know, it's powerful. It you know, when you're brave enough to put it out there, the people do appreciate it, you know.
Literally, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, when did you start like releasing music?
When did I start? 2015.
2015. So that's about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago, like, would you ever think you're releasing music? Like,
you know,
I released my first song like a year ago, and like 2 years ago, like, if somebody said to me, "Is like, you're gonna be making sad boy music in like a year," I'd be like, "Fuck off, mate!
Right?
You fucking stupid! You know, I'm just gonna keep fucking just destroying my life. You know, doing all these substances and just, you know, getting to the point where I can't fucking walk anymore." You know?
I feel you. I mean, for me, I've always been making music, you know, my entire life. But there was a point, I didn't really like have a realization where I was like, this is what I'm going to be doing now because of my situation. It was more of, okay, I've been doing this a long time. why not make it a bit? Why not make it what I do? Because it is what I
Yeah.
love doing. And that was, you know, that's how that went.
Yeah, you get that realization that's like, you know, it's like, fuck, I've written something really fucking hard here. Like, this could actually be something. Like I feel like when you get that realization, like that's manifesting. Like you are
Oh yeah.
manifesting your destiny for there.
Right.
Like, you know, like I've had so many opportunities to be things in my life. You know, I've had an opportunity with like Quick Fit to be a mechanic, you know, Honda to be a parts advisor. You know, I've had really good opportunities, but like they never sparked something inside of me, you know. Like one day, like I was just literally really, really depressed. Like I hadn't taken my antidepressants and anti-anxiety meds for like a long time. And it's just the world was closing down on me. And it
Right.
was like I writ something and it was just like it sparked like that first thing I felt in a while, you know. It like really
Yeah.
sparked something inside you. And it's like, fuck, you know. Then I released freestyles and it was the most fucking shit fucking freestyle of my life. But you know, I'm not gonna lie, like it was just like that urge to put it out to YouTube. You know, like once it's on the internet, it's always on the internet, you know.
Right. That's true.
That's the thing I always think in my head, you know. So as
Yeah.
soon as it's out there, you know, it's out there. Anyone can find it, you know. It has unlimited potential,
Right.
you know.
Who
That's
knows?
why that's what people need to think, you know. I've got like my other cat running around. She's very, very scrappy. So if she jumps on my shoulders, I do apologize.
No, you're good.
You know, it'll be a cute little, you know, cat picture, you know, for a thumbnail.
So this is
Yeah,
gonna be on the internet for sure. Done deal.
yeah, like
This is gonna be documented on the internet forever and all that type of thing. I mean,
that's like what I'm glad for, because like, you know, anyone can find it. Like, you know, if somebody's just like, you know, somebody's having a shit day and they're scrolling through YouTube, War Media pops up, WarCast, you know, SAJ, TooFaced, the
right.
best one yet. I'm not gonna lie, maybe. But like, you know, if like the shit we talk about, you know, like what's the point of staying silent? All silent does is makes you think more about what's going on, like shit, you know.
Right,
And
right.
like the more
And
we
that,
talk, the more we get our words out, the more we express ourselves, is the better, you know.
right. And that's what I was saying to St. T. I was like, our WarCast is going to be our edge, right? Because I've never seen a label where they sit down with every artist they have
Yeah,
and talk with them. Because I said to St. T, and he totally agreed with me. He probably didn't even need me to say it, but I was like, the people need to see who these artists are as people. You know what I'm saying? Because like we
yeah.
said before, we're all on our own path, and who knows who's going to align with it once they hear this or see it, whatever.
Like if you listen to like for instance, a fucking really good artist on our label, Logan Renouf, like, you know, he's a completely different style to myself.
Right.
But we linked up before, and like, you know, he has his, you know, dark feelings, you know. Like I like to, you know, everyone, you know, they call them demons, you know. Everyone has their demons, you know.
Right.
Like he took his side of music and added it to my side. You know, it's like when I released my album, Smoke Room My Demons in the Moonlight. That's one of the cats now.
Hey.
This is Star. She's got like a skin disease. It's like
Oh,
all her
really?
fur is falling out. So she's like really sick. She can't control her bowels and stuff, but she's cute. I can't admit she's on the shoulders. Sorry, she's like fluffed me up with some energy now. I forgot what I was talking about. Fuck, what was I saying, man? Logan, yeah, but like, you know, like he's from a completely different side of music. You know, he's like from that more, you know, I want to say drill, like, you know, grimy, you know, UK sound.
Right.
Where I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't found anyone else in the UK. Like, of course, you know, you got like Bexy and shit like that, you know, but like nobody from Wales who's, you know, has this like dark
Aesthetic.
sound, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, like they have like that dark feelings, you know, and like they vocalize them into a track and like they put it out, you know. like I know quite a lot of boys who have like written lyrics, you know, they're dark lyrics, you know, they've talked about, the stuff they feel deep inside, like, you know, the stuff I want
Right.
to really want to share without their permission. But like, there's nobody else who like does that, you know?
And that's important too, because nobody knows what the next wave is going to be, right? So if you're doing something that nobody's doing, your chances are so much better that it's going to be you, or it's going to be that vibe, you know?
It's like everyone thinks I'm just like a little people wannabe, or like, it's like, oh, he's just making sad music to, to get the bucks and shit, but it's like, people don't understand, like I'm under medicated, if anything, it's like
Right.
the doctor ain't prescribing me enough, it's
Yeah.
just why I've got appointments to go to and shit, in the coming days and stuff. But like, it's just one of those things, you just gotta vocalize how you feel, and you really have to scream to get yourself heard.
It's true.
Because like, you felt this, like I'm guessing you feel the same way, like, how many people from your high school like fuck with your music or like listen to your music like hard,
I can tell you none of them, really, except for I do live with my homie CTC. I live with my photographer, and he's the only one who really like aligned with what I was doing and understood what I was doing. And from day one, I got to tell you, my man Captured Through Consciousness, he has been like, let's do this shit, let's go. And everyone else from my high school, I mean, I didn't really fuck with a lot of people in high school. Like I was friendly with everybody, but I didn't really have like a clique. I just did my own thing because I was always focused, on what I was doing. So, the friends or the people never really mattered to me. So I never really sought after people in my high school. But I can tell you, more recently, when I've had like famous people fucking with me, then I hear from all these fucks from the high school, and it's like, fuck you, fuckers. Like, I've been here your whole life, and now you're gonna fuck around with me? Like, fuck off, like that's the way it goes.
I won't even cap with you. Like, it's like there's like two boys who I met in like year 7, year 8, so about 11 years old, 12 years old, who I've known up till now. Like, I'm 21 this year, like, I've known them for like nearly over 10 years.
Right.
Like, I feel like even those don't even understand like some of the lyrics, but like, they get what I mean, like,
right,
they get where I'm coming from. But like, like as of recently, since I released Shaken, I released One Day, when I released Atlantis, when I was working with Superman on the beat, he's from Glasgow. Really, really fucking talented artist. He just, more work needs to be needed there. It's like one of those things, like, notice like the popular kids, they message you like, they used to bully the fuck out of you in school, like make you feel like you were fucking nothing in class. And now they're like, yo, man, I really related to that track, this verse really, really hit me hard. And it's just like, it's funny how the tables have turned,
Right.
Like, they didn't fuck with you back then, but now you're doing something what could make you someone.
Yeah.
Like, they all of a sudden, they want to be your friends, or they want to be a part of your life,
Right.
But I think it's very important, like, to keep a circle, and like a Snapchats called Goths and Chavs. Like, these guys, we are like,
right.
There's like a few people I don't really know because they're friends with like other people in the group, but like, I chatted them to enough to know like we're locked in, like it's not one of those things where it'd be like they're there for your personal gain, like they're there to see you flourish. Like, if I see Brad, BTB, or like you, for instance, like say you've got like 1,000 streams on a song, I wouldn't be jealous at all. Like, even if I get 30 streams on my newest song, like, my newest song is about like 35 streams, I think it is. It's the fastest growing, but like, it's not the highest soon.
Right.
I'm fucking jealous, I'm happy. Like, it makes me fucking feel like, love.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to give you, because you've achieved something so good. It's like you've achieved your dreams so far. Like, like on Spotify. Have you had 1,000 streams on Spotify?
Yeah, I
Like
have.
on a single track, like
Yeah, I've
that
got it.
feeling
Yeah.
must have been fucking amazing. I haven't hit that yet, but like, boy, I'm so happy you have hit that feeling. Like you've experienced that. Like you go on Spotify artists and you just feel like, you see 1,000 streams on one song, you're like, oh
Right.
my fucking god,
Yeah.
like my highest streaming song is like 570 streams,
Dude,
and like seeing that makes me like,
right.
it makes me cry sometimes. I look at like, my listeners, like there's 20 people listening a month. Like it's not a lot, but it still makes me fucking feel happy.
Right.
It's like, it's all about like, I don't know, I forgot where I was even going with it. Like myself, but like, I've had a little rant. I need some more vodka and lemonade, I think.
Right. So, I mean, at one point in my career, I want to say it was 2019 was probably my best year for streaming. I got my monthly listeners up to 100,000 monthly a month.
That's an achievement, man.
And it was great. And then what happened was the Spotify algorithm thought I was fucking around. So they chopped me down and I got fucked. They ripped me out of playlists. They actually took some of my songs off of Spotify, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this is a bit, I've been working on this for years and years and years. And then you're gonna come around and say, oh, because he's doing this good, it can't be real. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm right here. I'm real. Like, this is what it is. So I ended up having, I had to fight these dudes, and I ended up getting my music back. And right now, my best song has just under 200,000. But like right now, I have like 400 monthly listeners. But it's almost like,
if it's 400, so I have to give you a round of applause, because it is something like, it is an achievement. Like even if it's like 200K, like, you say you're just under like 200K for like monthly listeners, like that, like it's hard to put in perspective, but like picture like a gymnasium, slam 200,000 people in that room. They all fuck with your music. Like, if you were on stage, they'd be rapping the words with you. It's just like, it's that sense of like, somebody out there feels the same way you do.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and when you're like
you get to that level, it's like there's so many people. It's just like,
and
like, it must feel fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, most creators too, we don't live a very public life either, right? Like we go through our emotions, we write it down and put it out there, and we don't really have a sense of who knows it or who doesn't besides those numbers, so like that is what we really hold on to.
Like, I go on the Spotify for artists, and I like, as of recently, like since I really Shaken, like I feel like Shaken was, I don't want to say a bad move for my career, but like it's knocked down like my countries. Like, I had people in Russia, Sweden, Germany, America. Since Shaken, they've, been non-existent. But like, I don't, like, there's a part of me that doesn't even care, because I got the things off my chest out, and I know there's like, I don't even care. Like, if there's people in Swansea, like where I live, like the town I live in, if there's 20 real people who will learn each fucking lyric to my song and like be die hard and like support me to like, I fucking give up my Spotify career and my Disco's Kid account,
Right.
That makes me happier. Like I will happily be busking on the streets for the rest of my life, just do my own, like, and like just having that, like the people who really fuck with me,
Right.
And then like, I fuck it. I keep forgetting where I'm going with everything, but I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. This has been going a really long time. I don't know how long. Do you even know how long we've been doing this? I have no idea.
Fuck. I think we started like fucking 24.
Well, for the purposes, I could talk to you all night long. Obviously, we could be talking about these things until I fucking die. Like. But we're gonna have to wrap this up soon, just because we don't want this to be too long on YouTube and people lose attention and all that type of thing. So we're gonna do one more thing before we get off, and we're gonna have you give us your Spotify, your Instagram, if you have the Snapchat, you want to throw that out there. Give us all your socials and tell us what's up next for you if there's like a new song that's going to be coming out, let us know when it's dropping, where we can find it, and all that type of thing.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, so Spotify, it's capital SA, then space capital J, then AY for SAJ. I've got a new song coming out the end of this month now. I'm debating on putting it on DistroKid for like the 25th. It's going to be High Tonight. It's something I put a lot of time into.
So make sure you listen to every fucking word, okay? Make sure you break it down.
Every word, every word means a fucking... I was high as fuck when I wrote it, but like that's how you know it's real, because it comes from the high.
Don't let it go over your head or you're fucking up.
But yeah, I got more songs coming next month, then another 2 next month. There's 2 this month. Instagram sa.j.official. Fuck it, you can add my Facebook as well if you really wanted to.
Let's go. Let's hear it. What is
James Massey?
Okay.
I forgot what the photo is, but it's probably me with like a tank top on, like a red fucking flannel. I love my flannel shirts, you know.
I hear
I
you.
love that aesthetic with it.
All right, word. Is there anything else you want to say to your listeners, or say to anyone who might be watching this? Anything you want to say before we hop off?
I have to put my glass down. To everyone who actually like genuinely fucks with my music, like I fucking love you. Like it's like genuinely, it is like one of those things. Like, you know, it's like I never expected, like, you know, when I was leaving school to be making music within like fucking 4 years of leaving school. Like, you know, it's something I never thought about, but you know, I've manifested, it's come to things. So everyone who consistently listens to my music, my brother, I have to admit, Rainy Winter's Day off the album from fucking ages ago. I love you. Yeah, make sure you stream One Day by me and Kill. Fucking, I love you all. I'll probably do another Insta Live of me just singing shit as well. So make sure to tune in.
Bet. Word.
Yeah.
So make sure you go follow him out on the Instagram, on everything he just shouted out. Make sure you're looking out for that new song. He's got 2 songs, you know, a month. And that's the way he works. He's going to keep on grinding. He's not going to slow down. This is what we do out here on the War Media. This is how we do it on the WarCast. If you haven't yet, you're going to want to go down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we're not getting any younger, and we're only trying to move better, faster, bigger, and all that type of thing. Once you hit that subscribe whatever you call it, you're going to want to go ahead and hit that bell, because when you hit that bell, it's going to let you know when we drop more videos just like this one. And if you enjoyed this one, I guarantee you're not going to want to miss the other ones we got going out. So this has been fun. You've met my boy here, SAJ. Make sure you go give him the follows. We're going to put all his information in the description below, so all you stupid fucks can't miss it. All you lazy motherfuckers that don't want to take the 2 seconds to go type it out on your phone or on wherever you are, it's in the description below, so don't miss it. Now, this has been good. This is the WarCast. Welcome to War Media, and I gotta say, welcome to the War.
War Media.